Alrighty, here we go. Jumping into the last chapter of Dead Space, which is the last video for my channel. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed up until this point. Waffle Man is no longer with us with this video. He was absent. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go to the back stasis pad, and you're going to point the you're going to see the different shapes. You're going to see one of them is going to be a flat bar, and when you're in the stasis pad furthest away from the trolley, the little elevator, you're going to point the bar away from you, the horizontal bar. You're going to point that away from you, and then from there you're just going to match up the shapes, and that should do it. You should be able to get that done very quickly. Unfortunately, like I said, I jumped right into it because I had to edit out me messing with it. You're going to fight waves of enemies there as well while trying to use your kinesis on the little totem. So now my co-op partner is with me, so now it's going to be a little bit easier. Like I said, I was by myself on that part, so it took longer than anticipated, and I didn't want this video too long. So here we go. Once you have everything matched up there, you're going to go to the little codec, and you're going to proceed back down to the trolley.
Successfully turned the city into a giant pretzel. Now what?
If Serrano's right, I should be able to return to the first activation point to enter the final setting.
What happens then?
And you're going to make your way back.
Not alien machines, right?
This is pretty much a cat and mouse game here. You're just going to keep running back and forth, solving puzzles, really. Be careful on this part. Carelessness will get you killed right here. So just watch where you're flying. Best advice I can give here is player 2, whoever Carver is, try to follow close behind Isaac. And hopefully Isaac will lead you in the right direction and not kill you. So here we go, just following the navigation. There's going to be some loot chests all throughout this area. It's good to grab them depending on what difficulty you're playing. If you're okay on ammo, then don't worry about it. Just go ahead, because I know you're getting restless at this point. Sorry it took me so long to post this up if some of you have been waiting for this. Majority of my storyline videos for Dead Space don't have many hits, so I've been working on my Rising videos, so I figured while I was rendering some, I might as well go ahead and finish this one off for you guys.
It's a future with no regrets.
I have no regrets, Danik. One way or another, this will all be over soon.
So just keep following your navigation. And some of these doors like to stick a lot. I'm not too sure. I guess it's just the game. I don't know. So here we go. Go ahead and proceed through. And be careful on this part. You're going to walk around the corner and you're going to get attacked by about 20 Rosetta monsters. So just be very careful. We actually have a little strategy. The guy who I was playing with, he told me to go back to the door, which I eventually do. I'm not sure What's taking me so long? But here we go. There we go. If you go back to the door right here, the Rosetta monsters don't come through the door. One of you stand at the door and the other one kills the Rosetta monsters. They won't come past that door, and you just stand in the doorway. So if you guys are having trouble on single player or even co-op, if you guys don't have any heavy artillery like rocket launchers or anything like that, that's a good strategy to use with the door. So just giving you guys a heads up on that. And that was a really good call on my partner's part. I'm not too sure what his name is. It was a really long name, if I'm not mistaken. And he's already beaten the game. I still haven't beaten it. This was still my first playthrough. So he already kind of knew what to do, and with my gaming skills, we kind of just blew through this fairly quickly. He was mainly the navigator, and I was basically the killer for everything. As you can see, I'm taking the Rosetta monsters out by myself. So. And don't forget to dodge or roll. Very useful with these Rosetta monsters. And I go down, of course. Like I said, there's about 20 or 25 of them, and I wasn't lying when I said that, so there's quite a few of them. So just be prepared to waste a lot of ammo and kill a lot of Rosettas. So I do believe we're done now, so you can go ahead and proceed forward. And majority of the time, they weren't there on ours, but the little orange popper creatures that blow up on you, there'll be a good sized group of them sitting right there by that stasis pad. So just kind of watch for that. You can hear them chittering and stuff, so. I should say chirping, whatever you want to call them. Whatever they do, they're over there doing it. Like I said, here you go again. Flying, more pointlessness. Overall, a great game, but there's several parts in here that aren't needed, to be honest. Clear out the enemies that are there. You're gonna fight a couple of Danix guys and a Rosetta monster. So just be careful with that. And some Reapers there. Watch for them, make sure your partner doesn't get attacked by too many of them at once. Because like I said, they'll take you down really fast if you're not careful. And at this point in time, I didn't have my rocket launcher or any of my really good guns. I just had the evangelizer. Going to try to find some resources. Unfortunately, I don't think they're anywhere near where I want them to be, so I don't go for them. But there's some loot chests that we missed. Yeah, I went ahead and said forget that, I'm not going in there, because that's the room where the if I'm not mistaken, that's the anti-gravity room where you can float, and I wasn't even about to look for resources there. Although if you guys are coming from that area, I do believe the resource is right there in front of the door. So if you guys are coming from that area, make sure and look for some resources right there before the door, because I do recall getting that one with whenever I went back and helped Waffle Man with this part. So here we go, you're going to go up the trolley, and now you're going to shift the statues in the other direction. You're going to make the center ones wind together, and then the outside ones turn in, just like the other picture. So I do believe the outside ones are in the middle, and the middle ones are up top, as far as using your kinesis goes. There we go. So now you gotta go to this section of the game, which some more flying and such.
You think you're doing the right thing, but you are wrong, Isaac. You have to let me turn off the machine. My reinforcement arrived.
Ah, that was his name, Big Daddy Online. There you go. I thought it was something else. So that's who I'm playing with right here when I finish my co-op, Big Daddy Online. There we go. Which I'm pretty sure he's a BioShock fan. I don't think people call him Big Daddy. So. So here we go. Going back. Unfortunately, I think the the paths have changed. Kind of like you opened up a new gate area to go into to explore when you change the statues around.
And when you get there, I'll be waiting.
And be careful, there's a guy with a rocket launcher right there, as you can see. So as you come around the corner, just roll, and you should be a-okay. And you're going to encounter a few more guys right here. Just 3, not too many. The hard part's already over. The Rosetta monsters were the hardest part.
Okay, now what?
This
Three
one,
receptacles, 3 statues.
you've got a battery right in front of you. As you can see, it's green. The pattern is up above, as you saw it when it lifted up. There's the pattern right there on the end of the statue. One of you go left, one of you go right. It's quickest that way. Instead of both of you going one way and then both of you going the other way, you guys just split up. It takes less time that way. And be careful for the guy with the grenade. And he got me. And there's the battery right there. And you can just chunk it over there. That way you can just run over there. You don't have to sit there and walk it over there. You just chunk it over there. So we are getting very close to the end of the game, so just bear with me. We only have a little bit more to go. And after you match all 3 patterns up, then the master door opens, and you are almost done with the game. So, what a relief. Now here you're going to do some more rappelling, of course. Stay to the left or right. The that stuff's going to hurt you if it touches you. It alternates sides. It goes middle, right, left. It can also jump back right to the center, as you just saw. It went middle, right, middle. So this big thing, don't try to fit between the small gaps. Definitely go between the big gaps and try not to hit it. If you actually make contact with the wheel, you're gonna die. So do the best you can to actually get your stasis right on the big gap. As you can see, that one was a little too close, cutting it close. And I get hit quite a bit with this. Just my timing was completely off, so make sure you time it really well. And as long as you time it good, you should be fine, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you have med kits, you should be okay. It doesn't take off too much damage. You can get hit 3 or 4 times before you have to heal, so here we are. We're nearing the final boss. Just get you some med packs, some loot over there. And so you're gonna go to the codec, and it's gonna go to a cutscene.
Give me the codex, and you can have her back.
No! Isaac, you know what's at stake.
Okay, everybody calm down, okay? Yannick?
Give me the codex, or I will kill her.
No! Isaac, what are you doing? You got a second chance.
If he turns off the machine, we're all dead. Her? Us? Everyone.
Don't let it all go dark, Isaac. There's more than one kind of right.
So, as you can see, Carver just threw Danik the codec, and all hell's about to break loose. he's gonna get a big fat piece of stone in his face. And oh, it's so grand. And there he goes. Boom. Impaled.
When I finish this, it's all going down. Everything. You have to go.
So here's Isaac and Ellie reunited. Blah 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 blah. And of course Carver's the one that's gonna try to be Mr. Badass. But Isaac's like, no, me and you are gonna go kick some ass together.
I turned my back on the world because I was
And Ellie's crying like a little girl.
Ellie, I'm not afraid anymore. There's a shuttle over there. I want you to take it and head for home.
He finally got him some after all that time and that crying and that bickering.
We both know I'm not going home.
So here we go. Now we're on to the final part. Isaac tries to reach the codex, take it out, and he epically fails. So now the boss is going to take the codex, basically, as you can see. Alright, now just continue along this path. Chapter 19, final chapter. Pretty predictable where you have to go. I mean, you can kind of tell which way is completely blocked and which way is not. So just follow this path. Some pieces are going to be falling off. Paths are going to be made. So just chug along these paths and you should be good. There's not many enemies here, especially on this last part. I think the hardest enemy you're gonna fight is one Rosetta monster, and that's about it. Just picking up some loot. If the box is flying, make sure you grab it, because if you don't, you're gonna have a hard time trying to grab the loot or even breaking the box in general. So here you go, you're gonna encounter some necromorphs here. You have to kill the tentacles on the right there. So just take care of those. The quicker you take care of those, the faster you're going to be able to get through the stage. And there we go. So just keep proceeding forward. As you can see, the codex right there. Just run to the platform and turn around and just take care of the enemies that are behind you. You don't necessarily have to fight them. And there we go. Now it's all downhill from here. This is the easy part, basically. If you're not too careful, you can die quite a bit if you're on a harder difficulty. So pay close attention to where you're supposed to go. Especially these things, you don't really have to hit them or shoot them. You can dodge them really easily. I rarely ever get hit by them, and I've done this mission, oh man, more than plenty. Just pay close attention to where you're supposed to go and you should be alright. And watch out for that debris at the top. Stay low. This part's a little tricky. As you progress through the level, the floor starts to fall on you. It starts to cave in. So just be really careful. try not to rush or leave your partner behind if you're playing co-op, because one person can run forward and the other person not know it, and the floor can fall out from underneath you, because that actually happened to me. My partner went ahead and rushed forward, and I was grabbing the loot chests to get some resources, and the floor ended up falling on me when these Reapers popped up, because I had to back up because he was just running past them, and I was getting rushed by 2 or 3 of them, and the floor was falling from behind me. So make sure you guys go in it together. And be careful, these guys are a lot harder than the other ones that you fight during the story mode. So they take a few more hits. So as you can see, we're pretty much speed running this part, which is basically what you have to do, or it's kind of a nuisance. Just make sure nothing's in your way and just keep proceeding forward, and you'll get there soon enough. And there we go, we're at a checkpoint, everything's good, you're clear. Hopefully you didn't have too much trouble with that part. There's a bench, a rig kiosk if you need it, and of course the door in the far upper right to proceed to the story, to the final boss. Fortunately, I'll make a little bit of med kits because I don't know what's to come. Like I said, this was my first playthrough of the game. And there you go, there's all the suits, and like I said, I have more suits now since I beat the game on Impossible. So here we go, you and your partner are gonna match the computers. Not too sure where he's at. Waiting for him. Here he comes. Here we go. You open the door, it's going to basically suck you in. You're going to go into a flight mode again. This time, it's a little tricky this time. You're going to be flying through objects, so pay close attention. Like so. Be careful. And here comes your second object. You're going to fly right to the center of that. And here comes your third one. You're going to fly, stay to the upper right of the circle. As you notice, I stay to the upper right. And then as you progress through it, just dodge it accordingly. And then after you dodge those 3 objects, then you're pretty much home free to the final boss battle, which isn't too hard. Even on Impossible, it's not very hard. As you see, you have the stasis pad there that increases your stasis and your kinesis. So what you're going to do is you're going to stay on the pad pretty much the whole battle, and you're going to grab markers like so, and then you're going to use the markers to throw it into his eye just like that. you do it 3 times, that counting as 1, so you have 2 more times to do it. While in the process, enemies are going to be spawning at you. It's kind of up to you how you want to fight them. Like I said, the easiest way to do it is with your kinesis. If both of you guys use kinesis, you're going to kill these guys very quickly. Unfortunately, both Big Daddy Online and Waffle Man really never used their kinesis, and I don't know why. So hopefully you and your partner are smart enough to use kinesis and break their limbs off, because you use kinesis twice and it kills them, like instantaneously.
Son of a bitch!
And I might as well mention, you can open the cocoons early as well. Whenever they land, you don't have to wait for them to burst open. There's the second eye. Like I was saying, you can shoot the cocoons, open them up, and then kinesis them. And there's Waffle Man. He just messaged me, as you saw, but I'm right in the middle of beating the game already. Like I said, it takes 2 kinesises to kill a guy. Just try not to make it any harder than it is. It's fairly easy, as long as you use your kinesis and don't try to kill him with a gun. Make sure you shoot those tentacles and blow them up. My partner was really good about getting his left, so one of you guys take left, one of you guys take right, and blow them up at the same time. Fairly easy and quick. Here comes the eyes coming around. I think we go through 1 or 2 more waves of enemies. And don't worry about having any markers around you when the eye comes. There's always going to be a marker that pops up when the eye comes around. There we go, it's getting closer. I tried getting a little cheap shot off right there on the side. And there we go. That's it. That will be the end of Dead Space 3. So, he's going to suck the codec in. And you and Carver are going to use kinesis, and you're going to rip it out of him. Like so. You're gonna grab it, and your partner's gonna grab it.
Wait, I'll stand on the TK charging plate and try to
Just need
drag
him
it
to grab it. As soon as he grabs it, you guys can pull it out. And there we go. And that is the end. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the Dead Space series. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Subscribe and keep up with my channel. And keep tuning in because I have tons more videos for you guys. Thanks a lot.